Viewers, this is Michael from Screen Reviews, bringing you my 567 podcast. This is my 567 podcast. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand it. Also, I'll try to do my best not to beat your heart during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language. Now, if you're over 18, that means you're good to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this and everything else out the way, let's get into the topic. As you guys know, over this, there's some bad news. There's some bad news. Turns out that Batwoman, if you guys already heard this, or some of you had not noticed, the CW decided to cancel Batwoman. Recently, Batwoman has finished its third season. Now, as you guys know, the CW is going through a sale. So basically, Warner Brothers and Viacom and Warner Brothers does own stake in the CW, but the CW is pretty much being sold. So basically, probably the result of, it's a shit. So basically, the CW is going for a sale, so basically they're like, apparently, even though the third season of Batwoman was very good, but it was not good enough for, with the sale going on and whatnot, it didn't make the cut for getting a renewal for season 4. So basically, as you guys know, the Batwoman series has been one of those shows. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's bad. But it seems like basically it's the show you hate it because it has some problems with it, but you love it. But some strange reason you love it. Love it in a strange reason. So anyway, a lot of people. There's a lot of people who've been told ever since the Batwoman series, debuted. There's a lot of people, always talking about the negative things that, all the bad things that the show has been doing, but but at the same time, they still, point out the good things, but at the same time, a lot of people hate it, but the people who hate it love the show. So anyway, so the topic of this podcast is should Batwoman get a second chance on HBO Max? Now, as you know, ever since Batwoman started streaming on HBO Max, it became a popular streaming. The show is popular on the streaming service of HBO Max. When the first season of Batwoman, started streaming, it did very well. The second season streamed very well after that. Now, a lot of experts believe since Batwoman is canceled now, the streaming for the first season will probably be there will probably be a surge of streaming of the third season of Batwoman. So basically, Batwoman, ever since Batwoman started streaming on HBO Max, it does very well. So basically, the last season did very well. It was the third stream. It was the first stream. Superhero stuff on HBO Max. According to recent articles, that the second season of Batwoman streamed very well on HBO Max and came in third. For the most screened DC superhero show on the platform. So basically, Batwoman seems like Batwoman does better on HBO Max. honestly, with the CW, with the CW not in this weird flux of ready to get, but ready to get sell or whatnot. I think that Batwoman deserves a second chance to I believe that the Batwoman deserves a second chance. I know that yes, there's been problems with the show, with the dialogue, all that problems, minor problems that some minor and major problems for the show, but at the same time, you got to admit, despite the problems, they do kind of over. The show does overcome those problems most of the time. But I honestly say I'm not saying Batwoman is a perfect series, but at the same time, it's interesting. So basically, it's very interesting because we never really get to see, we never get to see, we never really get into a deep dive of a member of the Bat families at all, which is. Besides Backer. But anyway, I feel like I believe that Batwoman has the potential to be a big hit on the it's already proven to be a big streaming hit on HBO Max. So basically, with HBO Max taking over the series and bringing it to their streaming service, they can. They could do the show could do a lot more. It won't be limited to TV standards anymore. So basically, they can go a bit more harder. That they can go a bit more harder on the streaming service than living than certain things they can do on TV. And also, even when I feel like this is a win-win for everybody. If HBO Max picks up a Batgirl, they can do a lot more things and get, and do, make it and improve on certain things, on the certain problems, that a lot of people complain about, and also add more content we add more content to the streaming service as well, not as a serial show to be streamed, but also as a streaming show as well. And also, we can finally get to see the storyline for hoping that if HBO Max does renew, decide to pick up Batwoman, we can finally get to see the storyline for season 4. As you guys know, if you guys haven't watched the end of season, if you guys haven't watched the end of season 3, here's a spoiler alert. Anyway, at the end of season 3, after Kate, after Ryan and company stopped markets from, using special Joker gas to poison the city and whatnot, and class the plant that had the special Joker gas into a park somewhere, we see a camera crew wearing hat last night to be put in that zone in this park, look like this dead theme park somewhere that the plant with the Joker gas, with the special Joker gas crashed at, and we see this whole mutant person attack the camera crew. Now, this is what I think that season 4 setup is going to be. That mutant disfigured person who got disfigured by the Joker gas is actually First Victim. First Victim is one of Batman's villains that you don't really see that you only see in comic books. First Victim is it's sort of like its first victim is a villain that blames Batman for his disformity, and he formed a group called the Victim Syndicate, made up of four more victims that suffered war collateral damage from Batman, from the battles between Batman and his real and his foes. So together these four other members are Madam Crow, Mr. Anoxis, the Mute, and Mudface. These four. So basically, first victim is the founder of the Victim Syndicate. So basically, these five, come together and swore to seek revenge on Batman for their misfortunes and their deformity. So basically, each of them have basically or kind of like metahumans from the from their for the missed encounters with Batman and his rogues. So basically, that was the whole that was the whole major storyline for season 4. That we're gonna see first victim appear in season 4, and he's gonna start he's gonna form the victim syndicate, and basically they're gonna they're gonna come together and take down Batwoman. So basically, the first victim and the victim syndicate was gonna be the main bad guys for season 4. But anyway, that really is. So basically, a lot of experts say that ever since a lot of people a lot of people took the news of Batwoman being canceled very hard. Even the people that hate Batwoman felt that Batwoman deserves deserves a proper ending and whatnot. They believe that Batwoman deserves it deserves a second chance to end things. So anyway, I feel like it's going if HBO Max does pick up does pick up Batwoman, which I doubt, it could work out for the streaming service, for the people behind Batwoman, the actors of the Batwoman series. It's going to be a big win for everybody. If HBO Max does pick up Batwoman, and put it on these streaming service. But you never know nowadays. So basically, Stranger Things has happened. So anyway, Stranger Things has happened. Shit, sometimes shows that get canceled by the network sometimes get picked up by the other network. But so basically, when it comes to streaming service, but I do know this, that was the season 3. The experts saying that season 3 will be streamed a lot more. So basically, a lot of experts say that most definitely that there will be a surge of streaming for season 3 of Batwoman on HBO Max. So basically, it's season 3 streamed better on HBO Max than the first and second season. Maybe HBO Max might consider bring Batwoman to its streaming service. But it's a big if, and I kind of doubt that happening. But we just have to wait and see how many streams that season 3 will how good season 3 will stream on HBO Max of Batwoman. But anyway, this is just my opinion about the whole Batwoman going to HBO Max situation. So anyway, What do y'all think? Should Batwoman go to should Batwoman get a second chance on HBO Max? Yes or no? Please let me know in the comments below. Anyway, sign off. Sign off. One.